It all started with a basic hang-up. But if you can't ride, can you run? If you can't fly, can you crawl? It was a hot, sunny Sunday afternoon in West Texas. The boys were all carrying knives, but they realized only too late their opponents were toting guns. It was Bulls 9, Boys 1 at the Wrangler Bull Riders Only. Hang on, everybody. It's bull riding crunch time, now on Prime across the world. It's the Wrangler Bull Riders Only series, brought to you by Original Coors and by Roper Apparel, the greatest looking shirts you'll ever wear. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman. That was just a little taste of West Texas last week at Denton. That's not the way to win the Alamo. We're in Wichita, Kansas, in Kansas Coliseum, and what we're about to see is a rematch. Hopefully, the boys in the bovine that you're going to see here tonight are going to have a little better shot for the boys. The bovine won it all in Texas. Gary LeFew, he's the guru. We've talked about everybody, everything we can possibly do. But for a $10,000 first place prize, who can you look into that camera and tell me has a shot at it here tonight? I'm afraid to predict anything anymore because every time I do, it's an earthquake and I'm on the wrong side.
Well, I think it was pretty easy to see by the opening. Two of our leaders are out. Adriano Marias and Clint Bronger were those two guys that got knocked out at Denton. The big news is Terry Don West, our leader for the season, by a very narrow margin, is back. He's really not ready to ride. He's having to tape some ribs up, but he's wanting to win that $10,000 Tough Enough award. So he's going to give her a whirl here and hopefully try to win that $10,000.
Well, good luck to Terry Don West, but there's a bunch of kids here tonight, and they're hungry. They said the candy store is open. We're going for the 10 grand. Let's take a look back to Denton. Somebody had to win the money, and the picture looked like this. $10,000. Randy Thornton is the man who was there to master 3 for 8 seconds at a time. Now in the big 6, when we have to look at him, Terry Don West is still to the lead at 24 grand. Adriano right behind him, but he's out. Wes Sear, the Canadian, at 22. He's out. Clint Bronger, well, he doesn't look good. I saw him in the airport yesterday, and he's swollen up more on one side, than a bad bit elephant. Mark Kane, the Okie, he's here. Randy Thornton, he's now in the top. What can he do tonight? Let's see what we can do. Everybody hang on. We're going to come back and ride some bulls in a minute. Bull riding only, Wichita. Howdy, everybody. Bob Tallman here in Kansas Coliseum along with Gary LeFew. It's Prime, and we're talking about Samstown first-round highlights. What in the world would make you do this for 11, 8 seconds at a time? When the Samstown gate comes open, you're about to see how it works. What do you do when this bull goes around to the left, then he comes back to the right? You stay in the middle. One leg down each side, one hand in the air, and one hand in the rope. That's the way we're talking about it with Cody Hart and 80 points. Here's the match of the night. Scott Redding to Columbus, Montana. One of the top 5 ranked in the world right now. Match of an 80. We're back in business. And those are the two that mustered the crop of the first round to be at the top. Anything in the 70s is going to look good. Little Jimmy Slack, who we've seen many times on Bull Riders Only before, is awful hot in the first round. Can he make it for the next 2? We'll see in the second and the third round for $10,000. Scott Redding comes back in the second round. We're talking about Alligator. It's a handful. Barry Gullo, here's an awful nice youngster. He's going to make the round as well. Cody Hart, 17 years old. David Lance and a Dancing Wolf. It's going to be a forest full. Donald Owen, 6'6". Super Dave, he's got his hands full. Jimmy Slack, watch this Okie. He's thick and he's tough. 8 ball in the corner. Lonnie Steverson. Now here's a youngster to watch for the Wild Red Man. Lynn Upmore, no problem. Toy Tiger, he's a killer. You got to watch him. Seated, all ready to come back tonight. Here are the heroes in North America. Mark Kane from Atoka, Oklahoma, and Deliverance. Not let Tennessee get involved. Jeff Cathcart, I know what he can do from Wyoming. Mike Hermanson, Salty Dog, he's got his hands full. Rory Lemmel and Bojangles. There's going to be one of the matches of this next round. Gary Richards from South Texas. Richard Rule, the fencing contractor from Colorado. Tony Stoddard, here's a young hotshot that's going to be somebody, but he's got a handful of Mighty Spotty. Shane Thurston, a $10,000 winner a couple of weeks ago at Salt Lake City in the Wrangler. Terry Don West, the all-time hero from Henrietta, Oklahoma in the Hooter. And Urban Williams, the T-Man from Tulsa with Yellow Tom. Folks, it's not going to get any better on that scoreboard than that, but here they are. Hollywood Don Yates on the right. Lloyd Ketchum, the Leaping Lizard from Miles City, Montana, on the left. Watch this dynamic duo. They're here to have some fun. Hollywood, He lives with no fun, Chippendale boy. Gene Owen on the left, Darrell Haas on the right. These guys live in Big Cabin, Oklahoma, and Wild Horse, Colorado. Let's meet the master of all right now, Shaw Sullivan, the CEO of Bull Riders Only, in the locker room.
I'm here with our team physician, Dr. Skip Ross. Skip, last week kind of looked like Hamburger Hill in Denton, Texas. We got some injuries as a result. Why don't you tell us about Clint Browner?
Well, Clint came down hard on the bull's head, hit his eye, and with enough pressure results in what we call a blowout fracture. And the muscles will slide into the fracture site, trap the eye, and you can't move it at all. And he couldn't even open his eyelids, so he was pretty rough. And he also had a grade 2 concussion, so we had sent him into the hospital. He had to have surgery to release that eye.
Okay, now we got Jim Sharp out too as well. What's going on with Jim?
Jim's got a groin pull, which for the average guy is not a big problem, but for a bull rider, that's the only problem. And he can't ride, can't squeeze, and so he walks and talks good, but can't do what he has to do.
Now I noticed in Denton you were also looking over Dax Lackey. He has a problem as well with his shoulder.
Yeah, Dax we were at first thought Dax was subluxing or trying to dislocate that shoulder, but I think what's going on after I looked at him a week ago, I think he's got a rotator cuff injury. He can't raise the arm, thus he can't post, he can't balance, he can't ride. So we're hoping he'll be back this week. I got to look at him, see how he's doing. I shoot for a couple, 2 to 3 weeks. If he strengthens up and that's all that's going on, hopefully he'll be back.
What's the prognosis on the other two guys, Clint and Jim?
Well, Clint, I'm not sure what happened in surgery, but if he gets that straightened up, he can maybe wear a cage and be safe to ride in a couple weeks. And as far as Jim, groins can be anywhere from a couple weeks to 6 months.
Well, here's hoping in Wichita, Kansas, you don't have to work so hard. All right, back to the guys in the booth.
Thank you, Shaw. That is the president of Smart Sports Medicine Center in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Dr. Skip Ross. Toy Tiger was a bull you saw that did all the damage. He'll be back in this round with Lynn Upmore. Hang on, Bull Riders. Only for you on Prime. Hang on, everybody. We'll be back. Hello, everybody. We're in Kansas and ready to rock and roll, but I want you to be thinking about October, not the fest, the 14th and 15th, Denver, Colorado, McNichols Arena. A Friday and a Saturday night. Give us a call. On that number, we'll get you a ticket. Scott Redding, here you are in the second round. He's in the line. Woohoo! Columbus, Montana, fourth round.
Oh, Maggie! What a bull ride! What a bull ride!
Woo! That's the Alligator. What a nice little calf from David Bailey out of the Midwest, the man from the Northland. That's the way we like to start it off. Holy mackerel, mama! What are you talking about? Shaw Sullivan's there to shake his hand. They're talking about a lot of horns, a lot of horns, a lot of bull.
This is the only second time this bull has ever been ridden in BRO competition. Tuff Edelman did it here 2 years ago. This is a great bull ride. When they go both ways, got a set of baseball bats that you got to get out between like that. That takes some grit and some fortitude.
Well, OJ's there to shake his hand. Ed Dugan, the president of Dugan Truck Lines, to let him out. Scotty, what a nice way to set up with the first round ride with that kind of a score. That's the way we're going to look at it with an 85. Everybody else got to help with the right one. Let's talk about Mike Herman's Salty Dog. Now, here's another one. We can see it. The Eliminator Bad score anytime at a Bull Riders Only competition for $10,000 for the third and final round. It's nice to have the rank bulls and the high scores to start off the second round. It just makes everybody hump up and try harder.
You bet it does. It gets that adrenaline running. You know what? When you're up against good competition, it makes you raise your level of competition. You have got the buckles out tonight, and this kid's got to see what he's made of right here.
There's a little Chevrolet cross. It's got this thing anytime. Michael on him, figured Jimmy Long gave it like that. That little stretched him out. That hump in his back pushed his chest out over the front of the first jump. He lost in the second, the third jump. He was totally elongated. Where do you go? Well, you go to the ground in a no score. Gary met a month ago at Salt Lake City in the Delta Center. $10,000 was handed to this young man for first place at Bull Riders Only. He got a Wrangler check he'll never forget. Can he come back and do it again?
You bet. He's got a good bull to get on tonight. Good ground right here to the left. That's a direction if you're a bull rider. You like it the buck. This kid got hurt about 2 weeks ago and just hadn't been riding up to his potential since then.
Well, like you say, you look down the well, and that's the inside circle, the eye of the Tiger, and he got down in there, no place to go. When he dropped that left shoulder, even though he rides his left-handed, you just see him kind of fall in, fall out. He's still $10,000 for good, but no money in Kansas.
Bailey Rodeo Company.
When this Sam's Town gate comes open this time, you watch this little black dandy. Jimmy Slacks, the cowboy from Amarillo, if you'd like to be polite or politically correct. Amarillo, Texas. West Texas has sent us a lot of great bull riders, but the 8-ball is this little dandy in the corner right here. And this ain't no sucker shot with a pool cue. You got to ride this one right.
No, sir. And this kid, he's built the right size, gets by the first-round bulls good. Has a tendency to ride down on his butt a little bit. He needs to get up on his legs more if he's going to get by this bull. This bull made short work of Buddy Reed last week. Well, I teach this game, and it's something that you got to do. It's just like riding a jumping ring. Get up on his legs, get over that front end. You don't see no daylight, we can see trouble.
Trouble, there it is. Now, he was up and over him, but it looked like he lost his feet. And Gary, as you said, you teach the game. Nobody's taught many more young people in the world than Gary LeFew. If we get a shot to look at this again, he was up, he was humped, everything looked good, and then one jump and he's out of it.
That quick. He looked pretty good right here. He's moving out over that front end. Let's see how much daylight we got coming around that corner. No daylight right there. Not 1 ounce of daylight. That means his feet are going to start floating on him. He's going to slide back into that power zone. And when you get back there, it's just nothing happening back there. Too much power. You got to stand up. You got to stand up.
That'll happen. Let's go to Lynn Upmore. Now, here's the bull I mentioned a moment ago. This is the bull that got Clint Barner down at Denton Sunday ago. Mashed his melon, threw him off. He's a little half-blood, weigh about 1,300 pounds. The kind that you like to ride to make it look good. Watch it. Watch it. He's a cat.
No timing to this bull.
No.
See that hockey get set up, hesitate, and then put the power to it.
And that's where he'll get him. The smiling child did not make it work. He was sitting back there behind round 1 and round 2, thinking about it, trying to get it on his mind. Nothing to be ashamed of. That's a little trash cat. He just got out from underneath him. No score. Into the second round, we're looking at 85. He was 80 in the first round. Scott Brennan is hot off the injured list. Back in for bull riders only at $10,000. But Cody Hart, 17 years old, is next to go. Shazam!
This bull created havoc last week. He knocked Bliss Mahan out. He threw Roddy, the bullfighter, about 25 feet. He is a wreck ready to happen when this bull comes out.
You watch him in the opening shots in Denton, Texas here tonight. He's got a whale waller to him, and he's just trying to get out from underneath this kid.
Oh, no problem for this 17-year-old. Boy, he has cut this kid short. He is that bull.
His older brother, J.W. Hart, is also a part of this program here tonight in Kansas. And you called him a hot shot in the first round when he threw his hat. But I'll tell you what, hot shot, hot dog, he's hot stuff. And he has rode 2 pretty good bulls here tonight. He wants to be somebody, and he is in the Kansas Coliseum.
After seeing what this bull did to the guys last week, you see him in the opening throwing a bullfighter about 30 feet. It just takes a lot of hard grit to just get on one like this. But watch him throw that outside foot, chuck him, sit up, stick that chest out. This kid looks like he's going to make a great bull rider.
Well, he rode him too easy. The crowd's not happy with the judges tonight. 79 points. I'll put him 6 behind the leader, the number 2 spot on our original Coors scoreboard. And I don't know whether they're right or wrong, but he got him rode. He's only 1 of 2 to be in there. Let's go to Jay Ward, Yellow Tom. Oh, yo. Mama, don't watch this one. You ain't going to like it. This bull is not the nicest cat to get on. It's really easy to ride. You watch Tommy do his thing.
This bull made short work of Justin Leverchuk last week. This bull can get it if he bucks
Chucked him, and that kid just let him bounce his butt right off his back, jump right back in against his hand. I love that kind of try.
Oh, this kid has got a ton of try. Didn't see to carry his arm down a little bit. He might give him some problems going into that 3rd round. This bull here, not bucking as good as he did last week. He really come around, had one hell of a day last week. But this week just didn't quite fill up to his bucking quite as good as he did last week.
Well, I tell you what, when you saw that jump and what Gary says, I'm going to have to buy it all, but I like it. Hey, folks, that's just 3 out of the first 7 that got him rode. We're going to be back.
Sitting over in section 121.
All right, folks, as we come back, let's look to Montana's man, Scott Brennan. 85 to the lead. He was 80 in the first round. Now, Cody Hart, the youngster that we're learning about, is in there for second. Hey, what's that? Could that be a Terry Don West of the year 2010 roaring level? Mike Butte, South Dakota, coach angle. Here's a catch from David Bailey. Nice blow.
Oh, yeah, nice bull. Probably spin both ways before it's over. And no problem for Rory tonight. He's getting the job done. Just what he wanted in this round. That bull bucked good, but just, you know what's happening. He doesn't have any hop skip, no real timing to him.
Everything looked good. Lloyd, catch him. Catch the rush. Catch the rush. He says, thanks, buddy. Now this is a nice shot right from the backside with our handheld cameras. Our cameras do an excellent job. We're very proud of what our crew does here for Prime Network. Under the direction of none other than Zoli. Good bull ride, Rory Lemmel, but beats South Dakota, can make some headlines in the second round. Let's see how they look at it. 74 points, not the highest, but not the lowest. Got him broke.
Let's watch the matchup here next. Barry Gullo. Coming in from
Barry Gullo. All right, Barry.
76.
Now, I don't know why we can't seem to find enough stuff to talk about this young man, because I think that he's quite a little bull rider. He did this a couple times last year. This is that little bull rider.
Oh, tipped him and run him out.
Did you see that bull drop his right corner and come around? Bull's built like a wedge, narrow in the front, big in the back, hard to ride when you lose sight of his horns. And that's it, Barry. Sorry, bud.
Bonnie Steverson is next.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to go, a place to be, and who to be with the 14th and 15th of October, don't do anything, because I see for our championship round Friday and Saturday night at the Nichols Arena. 1995, I want you to start with us. 19,400 people did last year, January 7th. That is in America West in Phoenix, Arizona. Then Ogden, Utah, the 14th of January. Let's go now. Mr. Steverson, right now.
He's getting them all before it's over with.
Ivory in him a time. He's a hooking everybody. Shorts off tonight.
Audience, your turn on action.
I'd like to brag on that boy a little bit. I thought that they bucked him in the last round a time or two, but they bucked him in the second round this time. Owie, owie, owie. Oh, hurt you right in the wallet on that one.
Gary Richards.
Man, look at this, Gary.
Oh, boy, that is power at its best.
Power at its best. 220. He's wired in, and it's history.
Another good bull from
The old dirty side up, as Donnie Gay says.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we also want to remind you.
Keep the
Come take
rubber
a
on the
new look
bottom
at the
of the
Old
side.
West
The
at
top side
Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall
didn't work for
in
that.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let's take a look now at Gary Richards,
Of the
Houston,
Ryder
Texas,
Bull Riders
slamming
Only
J
Series
from San Andreas.
1994. Oh, yeah.
Well, Gary, just a second, just a split second away from winning our event last week. Started one heck of a bull ride, and then they bucked him off right at the whistle. He made one.
What are they doing right there? What's
Well, that bull has a bad habit of rearing up and mashing guys in there, trying to climb out of there. So putting that rope over top of his head when he tries to rear up, he runs into it to try to little training device to teach him to quit jumping.
Yeah, 1,800 pounds of this crossbred Bremer Black Bolly. I'm sitting back there and put that little piece of half-inch
17-year-old
rope in front of me. I'm going to believe that that's going to hold him.
Well, Gary was telling me earlier today that he'd been caught sitting on his butt, but Charlie said, get off your butt and get out over that front end. He's been riding a lot better.
He's been doing it, and he's 85 points to the lead. He's good on two. Cody Andrews, they're 17 with a 79 running second. Roy Lemmel is in there at 74 points.
If you want to meet at 85 on here, how about it? Hey, we got a good section over here.
What can you do when this old bull starts to throw his head back in time, boys? Release the ball. There was somebody gets killed. Harry now.
Boy, that's just not his direction. Going to that left, he can get by the baddest bulls in the world, but when they come back into his hand, that's where his problem is.
Let us look at it again. I think he's calling.
Oh, he's wanting to rerun.
He said, boys, I wasn't ready.
That's not going to work. The judge has said, when that gate opens, if you give him a try, it's your bull, buddy.
No. What a shame, no game, and no flame. It's history. He's talking to the judge right here, but I don't think it's going to work. They're talking about no score.
What did he do in round number one? A 74. The bull slam dunk.
Dancing Wolf is the bull. David Lance is the man. 8 seconds. Here's what do you do? Love you. Too late.
Oh, you got to get over that front end a little farther. He just didn't get around the corner on that bull.
What's this get over the front end stuff? You're always saying is get over the front end. He was up all it could be.
No, sir. He could have been another foot farther. Could have been a foot farther. You got to get a foot farther on those ranked bulls.
Boy, you just don't cut anybody any slack, do you? Well, whether it was the front end, back end, or the side, he didn't make it. No score. Got you a hooter and a scooter this time. Terry Don West, the #1 man ranked in the Bull Riders only on the Wrangler Tour right now. Better than $24,000 won. And hooter from the Sammy Andrews.
Great bull. There's 88 points on him last week before went the first round at Denton. Good matchup for Terry Don. The only thing is he wasn't ready to come back, but that tough enough award, he's in the lead for it just by a narrow margin. There's a $10,000 bonus on it. Terry wants that $10,000 because he's been out for a while with the rib injury. So he's got him a new vest on tonight to try to protect those ribs, and he's taped up.
I'll tell you what, you see a lot of guys wearing these vests. There's a half a dozen different manufacturers. Let me say this to mothers and dads out there. They've got youngsters want to ride bull riders. That here says put one of these on. You can't protect your butt. If you lost 3 more in the last 2 weeks in young men, if they had been wearing a vest, it probably would have saved their life. Here is a master. Here's the ball.
Sore, he's hurting a little bit. That got him a 79-point score, but he got him another bull closer to that $10,000 award, and I think he's hurting right there. It's going to be marginal whether he's going to be able to come back in that next round.
Skip was right there with him. The president is smart. Our services that he can give him are everything in the world. He made the bull ride and talked to him earlier about just getting fine-tuned tonight to see what you can do. There's more on Wrangler Bull Riders only. This is the second round. We're going to go for the third for $10,000 in Kansas.
Thanks
All
again.
right, let's meet January 7th, Phoenix, Arizona, America West Arena. Mentioned a moment ago, 19,400 people were there last year. Don't forget your tickets. Charge my phone. Our friends at Dillard's. My wife will if you don't. 602
Let's go on the scores again for those of you keeping them in the audience. 85, Scott Reading, round number 2 in the lead. A 79, Terry Don West, and Tony Hart.
Bull Riders
Now
only.
this man trying to change it
As
all
we get ready
right
to
here.
come back, Atoka, Oklahoma's champion bull rider Mark Kane is one of the 10 best in the world standings. We watched Terry Don West go out of there a minute ago, just got one road, Skip Ross.
Left hand and then bring the bull rope. Bull rope will say quarter wide, I got it. He sees how the hand of his business ready.
Just a boy. He's human. The boy can ride.
He can ride, and he is one of the picks to win this $10,000.
Well, the thing I like to see about Mark Kane is he has never been a hot dog. He's always a gentleman, a good attitude. And what you call him is a true Okie. Huh? Good guy. Just a good guy.
Oh, you bet a good guy. He has been a premier bull rider ever since he cracked out. Look at the moves he's making. Gets a little down the well, spurs out, moves back to that front end. Yeah, and back into his hand, rolls that shoulder, pumps over top of that head. This is textbook bull riding.
Textbook bull riding. The man with Velcro on his Wrangler jeans, and he made it look easy. Tony Stoddard. Here goes the son of a captain of a pilot for United Airlines. Dad's proud to say what this kid does for a living, even though he is a college student still. Come on now, right here. Do it to Tony. You see that thing jump every time he got a little higher.
I don't know what it is about that bull. He's a cutest bull in the rodeo business, but he knocks off about 90% of the guys that get on him.
Well, you got Mighty Spotty, Mighty Whitey, Mighty Wow from Sammy Andrews. No score, nothing to be ashamed of right there, letting that one buck you off, Buckaroo. Well, take a look right next to OD. There's Barry Sanders' dad. Anybody can raise a star athlete like that. I hope he's not thinking about taking the ball away from him, wanting to be a bull rider. Huh? Can you imagine that? Here's a fencing contractor from Loveland, Colorado, father of 2. He brought his boys here with him tonight. Richard Rule, let's see if he can get to the third round. We've had him there so many times before. There's a young man. Got him handled. He was there.
I think our judges are giving us a thumbs
Looked like a bronc rider right for the last 3 seconds.
They just tossed that over the arena.
Watch here with Gary talking about the ball. Blows the rope out of his hand. He's going to be 80 points on
Well,
top.
I'll tell you, we had
Watch here,
one
he's still got
side,
it.
and he did.
Right there it comes out. He had no rope there.
He's got the tail.
He's got the tail. He keeps it right.
Look it.
Hey, a pretty good jump with no rope at all.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. When you're lucky, take it. He's limping back here in front of us right now for 80 points. Richard, you dog, you dog.
Juicy Fruit.
Well, Juicy Fruit's time, and this ain't a Wrigley's commercial. This is
Here's another young
a
man.
dandy little
Out of
jumping
Wyoming country,
bovine.
ranch raised,
All I want to say is,
one tough little cookie in this bull riding
we got to get this bull rope.
Don't forget
That
to
sounds easy for me
head
to
on
say.
down
All
to
we
the
got to
Cowboy
do is
Club
watch
tonight on
it.
Second
See
and
what
Mosley
legs
in
can
downtown
do.
Wichita. Take your tickets on the get in free.
Okay, man. Went the other way. He was set for it, too.
Oh, yeah, the referee said this bull's going to go to the right. Pat was looking to the left. And
Jump out straight.
as the old saying goes, you cannot set a trap or you get caught in it.
Well, that shouldn't have happened that way. Dr. Skip's going to check him out. That kid put a rip on his arm right there. This kid just is not lucky, but he's got the best surgeon in the world when it comes to sports medicine in his face.
Well, either you're going to win.
Let's go down here. Utah Super Dave. Here's
someone tells you you're taller than 59 bulls,
look at old Dave. He can do it. Don Owens, he can do it, and he's making old Dave look bad. This is a ranked bull rider. The 10-15 rankings in the nation today.
Don Owens was one of my picks last week. They bucked him off, but I knew the kid's got talent. He keeps that chest out and he gets up on them legs and rides them the way they're supposed to.
Well, he's a hot dog, and I like his attitude, but mentally he's prepared. Physically, he's ready to ride, and he's come here tonight with this hammer cock. You better pick him again in the top 10. Jeffrey Cathcart in the helicopter. Butler O. Sammy Andrews. Here's a guy that over the last 2 or 3 years at the Wrangler Bull Riders Only Tour, I've said so many times, when he gets close to close to close, we can't get him there for that $10,000. What is the case?
Well, we need to get a bull goes into his hand in that final round because that is his tough direction.
So we got to match him up with the right bull?
Yeah, he's a little weak to go away from his hand. If you get one going into his hand, he's probably about 90% on bulls going into his hand. This bull right here is one of the juicier bulls in this round. It's more than likely, but Todd Steinbeck's doing it the other way. It's more than likely going to go into his hand. And if he does, this would be the bull.
Bull did just like you say, you set a trap and then you get you in a trap. It looked good. He come out, made one jump, faded the wrong way, then jumped back to the left just the way that he wanted him. My statistician, Bob Edson, said that that's the way it has to be. And right there, put him in 79.
All right, that means that in the East Door at
It's
Park
rock and
Lane
roll
Center.
rodeo time on the
We
Friday
are
network
ready.
at the Kansas
This
Coliseum
young man.
in Wichita, Kansas. Bodacious.
Starting
He
main
can
draw.
beat that
Come
left
on, everybody, let's go.
Gary LeFew. We're in the third round of the qualifiers. Scott Redding to Montana and Sullivan started off. Mark Yoki in the bear. Jeff Cathcart, Cody Hart, Larry Lemmel. Hang on, everybody, with Don Owens, Richard Bull, Aaron West, and Jed Ward. What are you thinking about? Bodacious? Well, here's how it worked. Oh. It started in Phoenix and it hadn't got any better. Well, 17 years old, first in the first round. We got him in the second round, and it's not going to work in the third round. That yellow bull has bumped a lot of guys off. He's one of the 3 or 4 top 5 races for America today.
You know, man, say this kid's 17 years old. The last thing I'd want my 17-year-old son getting on the baddest bull in captivity. Look forward to it. He said, yeah, I can't wait to get on him.
Yeah.
But a little too much power for a 17-year-old here. Got a good seat on him right there. Lean too deep a hold, jerks the rope out of his hand. Otherwise, he had a pretty damn good seat. You know
Yes, I'll agree with that. And I know you're thinking of it from a father's viewpoint, a bull riding teacher's viewpoint. Nobody's taught anybody anymore any better than you have, Gary. But you got to give the kid credit for being aggressive to get on. He's standing right in front of us behind the scenes right now. Cody, don't worry about it. There's going to be 1,000 more shots at him, but you'll get to come back again. Now, this is one of my favorite bulls in the whole world right here. If I'm correct, he was the second or third ranked bull in the world last year. This is Judson and David Bailey. This bull is in contention to be the bull of the world. David Bailey, Sr. and Jr., the Bailey boys have raised some great bulls and great rodeo producers. But Donald Owens, I got to compare him to Owen Washburn. The official lost this at the rights of it. There's a bull built the same way as tall and long and lean. But this bull has got that first jump out of the tail right back to his butt. I mean, he ran right back to himself.
No doubt about it. Even this bull, our Bodacious, will probably be the bull of the year this year. This bull, first one consistent. But Donald Owens, this is his chance to make his mark in rodeo. He gets this bull ridden, everybody will know who he is. And believe me, this bull has the power to ride. He slammed that bull.
Heads up, I'm glad it's that bull. That knocked the air plumb out of his system. He is unconscious right here. And it's not the shot we want. Now, here is the man, and I mentioned it earlier tonight. Dr. Skip. Oh, take good care of him. Ladies and gentlemen, Skip Ross is not just a trauma surgeon in Cheyenne. He's the president of SMART, at Sports Medicine Center in Cheyenne, Wyoming. This man has put together as much good stuff to help the Cowboys, and this one can more than help. You talk about slam rodeo company on the ground.
You can see the way that bull pulled him back on that flank, and that is where the power is at.
Slam dunk. This bull picks him up.
Look at him. You bet him. He's got a good seat right here. He's got a good seat. Now watch him slide back.
Yeah.
Stop it right. Hold right there. When you get back there, that's the power zone. They kick. Go ahead and turn loose right there. Then that's right into the ground.
Well, 1,900 pounds, multiplied times 5 or 6. This going to take it just to get his air back in. He's all right. I can't say enough about the people at SMART. They're constantly working on developing programs for these athletes to keep them competing, to keep them strong. What a great crowd here tonight. Wichita, thank you for being a great place in the Kansas Coliseum for a nice house for bull riders only.
He's up and he's all right. Let's go ahead and get the hand. Don Owens.
Well, they're going to ease him out of there the hard way. Oh, boy, Skip, thank you.
Atoka, Oklahoma. Any Oklahoma fans here tonight?
Leonard David Jim Chevrolet. This is an all-star bull rider. He has got a dandy on him. The bull has never been ridden. This guy can ride Oklahoma.
You bet he can. Even though this bull's overshadowed by Bodacious and Gunslinger, he has moved to 9-0 in BRO competition.
Why?
Well, they get all the hype, they get all the talk, everyone's talking about him, but this bull has quietly moved up here to 9-0. Nobody's twisted him. He's got one of the premier bull riders in all of rodeo. So this is a great matchup. Plus, that Buffalo Ford gets the grab, and he wants to get a bull up on there.
For $10,000, he comes in second, 748 points behind Terry Don, 677. That is tough.
You got to be a little careful how far you move into the well here. Watch him moves over into the pocket. Bull sees him over there, says, okay, I'm going the other way, and that hangs him out to dry.
Well, he might overcompensate with a big cross.
Probably haven't heard of Montana. Great big state with not many people up there.
High Masters coming up, not one but two, Friday and Saturday night, the 14th and 15th of October. You need to be with us at McNichols Arena. 303-290-8497.
Everybody on this side, come on, let's go.
Sell out. Denver, Colorado. Here comes Jordan. I want to talk to you about my friends at Vanderbilt. They are your official Wrangler Bull Riders here at the Western Apparel Store. Vanderbilt's offers great prices. Quality name brands, Vanderbilt, Weston Tyler, and Kellogg, the Parkway Center, Selma Express. What about this bull?
Well, he's unridden at the Bull Riders Only contest, but Scott Redding is on him, and this is my pick coming in tonight. One of the greatest Bull Riders of all the rodeo, and he's due for a win. comes around, rolls that shoulder, gets over that front, starts pumping over the top.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody does it better than Scott Bredding. This kid has got championship written all over him.
3 years ago, we were talking about the ranch boy from Montana. They just let him out, and they did it. I watched him beat 95 points on the Unrivalable Bull, Sugar Ray, and Wayne Bolton. He shows up tonight, 80, 85, and 86. I don't think he'll do repetitions, but I'm a fan of Scott Bredding to the board and ride. Hot diggity dog. Let's do it again. Rory Lemon, Mud Butte, South Dakota. We're on a roll with one. Let's get it happen. But this little bull's got some nasty little moves inside. He's got real growl. If you're in the wrong spot, he'll get you.
The only time I've ever seen this bull win was about 2 years ago. Tuff Hedeman rode him. One of the better bull rides I've ever seen. This bull will belly roll, waller, kick your spurs. He does everything he can do to get you on the ground, and nobody else but Tuff Hedeman's been able to get by it.
Well, I'll tell you what I've said about Tuff Hedeman before, and Donnie Gay's is great. Jim Shoulders was phenomenal, but Tuff Hedeman, I don't believe that.
Oh, he does it over and over again today. He just kicks over that head, throws that belly roll, and if you get by that, he's got about 10,000 other moves before that whistle blows.
There's the growl in the gut. He got him. Look at him look back. Oh, I can hear Bubba Louie now. If you can read lips, you can see he's not too happy. Lloyd Ketchum and Hollywood Don Yates have done an excellent job here tonight. And these boys are good, but Rory, got you. That's all there is to it, bud. Just got you.
And they won Wichita on this bull back.
Let's see what big, wide, wonderful Wyoming can offer behind the Samstown gate this time. Outlaw Willie. And Jeffrey knows the history on this bull. Here's a season of bull riders there is in the country. This bull maybe could have been a world champion bull. He is just a bad cat to ride him when you look at him. I'm not an expert. The statistics on this bull are the consistency man.
You bet he is. He's a former bull of the year, one of the all-time great bulls. He's having another great year. Made short work of Martin last week, and he's got Jeff a little back on his arm. You're not going to ride him back there.
Nothing to be ashamed of. I hope he didn't rip his new roper shirt. He's proud of that. But Vanderbilt gave him another one. Nothing to be ashamed of. That black bull jumps out from a lot of guys. He doesn't have a lot of bad starts. It's a good jump. And right here when he blows, he goes.
A lot of power. He's got him back on his arm. You slide back into that power zone, and he puts it on you.
Well, in the third and final round for $10,000, Montana Scott Bredding with an 86 is the only man ridden at 5 for the Bulls and 1 for the men. Come back, we'll do it again. I'll tell you what, Dillard's is a place to get your tickets. 2222, charge it by phone. America West is a place to be. Nearly 20,000 last January, the first Saturday night after New Year's. You need to join Gary LeFew and I. Phoenix, Arizona, we're going to be there. If you can't be with us, stay with us on Prime. The Wrangler Bull Riders only will kick it off for the year. Right now, if the tumbler leads are blowing, All-Stars are blowing with them. This is a Chevy truck, All-Star Bull. One more time. Jed Ward's got his hand full here.
You bet he does. He's going down through the finger. This is his hometown. Nowhere do you want to get the whistle more than in your hometown.
Stay on this bull to be one of the 9 qualifying bulls he rode the bull tonight. For those of you that might have just tuned in, this is Bull Riders only. This is where you, well, we've got 10 guys that are seated in the first round, 20 guys ride, and we came back with 9 in the third round. Only 9 qualified. You've watched some of our Bull Rider only shows before. I hope you haven't. You've been enjoying. We've got some of the youngest kids in the Bull Riders only. Like dominantly tonight, David Bailey, Sammy Andrews,
He's got the team right up for it. If he don't get it, come on. Come on.
He's got him bucked off quick.
Well, the same thing happened here as we saw a minute ago on Outlaw Willie. Blew his hand out of there the second jump.
Let him rock back on his pockets. Yep. You know, you can't get back on your butt. You got to move forward, get some daylight. They catch you back there, and they'll make short work of you.
Well, if you want to talk about your pockets, and they've got W's on them, Western Apparel, talking about Wranglers, Vanderbilt's is the place for Wranglers Bull Riders only. Vanderbilt's offers not only great prices, but quality brands. West at Tyler and Kellogg, the Park Lane Center in Wichita and Mamego. That's Kansas. Oh, it's a nice place to be. Great people. What a nice Coliseum. Zep Bell is our in-house announcer, and he's done a marvelous job on Wichita, Idaho, friend. Here's Richard Rule, the fencing contractor from Loveland, Colorado. We have had him in this position so many times before, but tonight, maybe tonight's the night. He was 80 points in the second round.
A lot of power, got him rocked back. When you get on the end of your arm from all that power, there's just too much yank on your hand.
I think maybe I'm jinxing Richard Rule. That's all there is to it. I'm going to quit bragging on him. He's mad, and I don't blame him for being mad.
Well,
right here.
Let's see what happens. He's in good shape coming around the corner. He stands up, whips over. You got to move back forward. See, when you start leaning back trying to power him on your arms, you can't power 1,800 pounds. It slides you back. Once you get slid back, they blow your hand out, and they're going to blow you out of there.
Well, what do you do if you got $20,000 at stake? Only one man wins. Hey, folks, Friday and Saturday night, we're going to be in Denver, Colorado, 14th and 15th of October. This is our championship of the year for the Bull Riders Only season. $70,000 in prize money. The winner goes home with $20,000. The Tough Enough Award, the extra $10,000. That'll end our season, and right after Christmas and New Year's, we're going to jump out and go to Phoenix, Arizona, what a place to be in January. Back to Sullivan, Utah the next weekend on the 14th. You just gotta be with us someplace. Bring your family. 1-800-536-BULL. Be thinking about it. Be thinking about it. There's a lot of them coming up. About the middle of March, we'll jump right back into it again. We go to Fort Worth, San Antonio, all those rodeos. Houston in the Astro Bubble. Biggest rodeo in the world. You want to be there with us. And then the next weekend, we jump back into it at San Francisco, California, and on and on and on. Terry Don West. I don't know what else to say, but Oklahoma, you can be proud of this. This young man has been hurt one week, rides the next. Hurt the next week, rides again. But a Chevy Truck All-Star Bull underneath him tonight. He has to be 87 points or more to go to the lead for $10,000.
Well, this is a bull that he's been matched up with before. He won Casper, Wyoming on him. Former bull in the finals. He was, I think, 95 points on him in Casper. One of the top 10 best bull rides I've ever seen. They matched up again at Rapid City. Barely throwed him off right towards the whistle. This bull fits Terry Don if he fits anybody. You got to bear in mind, though, that he has got broken ribs. He's taped up. He's not 100%, but he's wanting this win because he wants that $10,000 bonus. Not out of here before the year.
He's in the lead tonight ahead of Mark Kane by about 30 points for the Tough Enough Award. I think he might be a little bit sore. He's thinking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Reddy, Columbus, Montana, the Ranch Boy, the Buckaroo from the Brush. Only 1 out of 9 to qualify with an 86 score. Selma Express was the bull. That had to hurt, and it didn't right there, Terry. Had to hurt.
Oh, yeah, you bet it hurt because he's just, I've watched Terry Don ride ever since he's cracked out. He's not 100% tonight. Usually when that bull comes up in the front end, Terry Don moves over the front end better than anybody in the rodeo business right now. Moves over good right there, but when this bull comes back up, it hurt his ribs a little too much. He just couldn't get back forward. And, hey, he'll be back next week.
Bull riding fans, you've heard it from the guru, Gary LeFew. Nobody says it any better. Nobody can tell you from any more lifestyle than Gary can. That's it. We're going to be back with the $10,000 winner for Wranglers Bull Riders Only in the Wichita, Kansas Coliseum in a minute. Don't anybody move. I want you to meet Scott Reddy right here.
With the Roper Ride of the Night, I'm here with Scott Bredding. Scott, you moved from 41st to 7th place. It's been a while since we've seen you here in the winner's circle.
Yeah, Shaw, it's been 2 years almost from Casper, Wyoming up till now, and I'm just happy to be back up here again.
Absolutely had your work cut out for you, didn't you? You had to get on RCX Alligator, 85 points to win the second round, and then we had to get on 28 Selma Express for 86 in the final round. Tell us about the ride.
On RCX, that bull, he's normally in the final round, and why I was chilled to the bone when I had him, and I made it work though. And this last bull, I didn't know a whole lot about him, but he sure felt good there for a while.
Right into your mitt, and it looked like he was getting back a little bit at the end, but you had him plenty enough to take the victory home.
Yeah, I just hung in there.
Well, good. Listen, you got through a bad wreck here recently, and everything's going well now for you?
Yeah, it is. My face is healing again, but I had a few butterflies about getting on these first bulls last week, but I'm riding out of it all right.
Okay, well, jumps into a seated position here at the Bull Riders Only Series as we go into the last events with Scott Bredding winning Wichita, going back to the boys in the booth.
What a night in Wichita. The Kansas Coliseum was good to us, and it's been real good to Scott Bredding, the Buckaroo from the North, for $10,000. You picked him, champ.
Well, Scott Bredding rides double tough bulls, and that's the pin you got here, so he's the champ. And we still got that Tough Enough award up for grabs at Greensboro next week. It's the last rodeo of the regular season. It's still close, so it's anybody's game.
And then Denver, Dan Russell, and the rest of the boys show up for the finals.
The same pin that's here, which is about as rank as you're going to get. You add Dan Russell to that, you're not going to get any tougher bulls anywhere.
All right, let's talk about Wichita. Scott Bredding for $12,167. Cody, 17 years old, is going to get a check. Donald Owens and Richard Rule, they're in there. But the top 5 for the world standings on the Coors Original Scoreboard for Bull Riders Only: Terry Don, Adriano, Wes, and Clint were out tonight. Mark Kane is still in there. It ain't over yet, and it's going to get better. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wrangler Bull Riders Only Series has been brought to you by Chevy Truck, our official truck that we drive. By Award Design Metal, the official buckle of the Wrangler Bull Riders Only Series. Our shirts are provided by Roper Apparel. Remember, we're moving on to Greensboro, North Carolina for our next event. For Gary LeFew, this is Bob Tallman. You know, the guys that put the pro in bro. Crunch time.